Today on the Tacomaholic YouTube channel, we will be going over the Dr. Jekyll
and Mr. Hyde of Tacoma modding.
Welcome back to the Tacomaholic channel, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Before we get started with the mod, I have noticed a huge surge in the subscribers going up lately, so if you are one of the new subscribers, I just want to say welcome to the channel. Great to have you aboard. And thank you so much to all the previous subscribers as well, because the channel is really booming lately, so you guys rock. So today we will be talking about a second-gen Tacoma mod made by Meso JDM, who, if you don't know, makes fantastic stuff for mostly third gens, but he's starting to get into second gens, which I'm super excited about. And the mod, it's probably the best named product in the history of products and the history of names, and that is the GASSHOLE. Here is the product in question. I'm trying to zoom in so you can see the nice craftsmanship there with his logo on the top, the GASSHOLE name right there on the bottom. So this is for second and third gen Tacomas. There are different variations, whether you have a short bed like in my case, or a long bed, because I think the actual the fuel door setup's a little different for both of those. So if you are going to order one of these, just make sure you get the correct one. So what is the GASSHOLE and why do you need it? Well, as you all know, on the stock gas cap, when you're going to get gas, you just unscrew it, take the little line right there and run it over the hook, and that's how you get your gas. The GASSHOLE actually replaces the hook. It installs right there in the middle. You can see the opening. You just take the end of the gas cap, plug it in there, and get your gas that way. Do you need this mod? Of course you probably don't need it, but it's definitely one of those fun mods, and it's very inexpensive, well made, so it's certainly a fun mod to add to your truck. The only problem with the install of this mod, and this has nothing to do with Meso JDM and his design or anything like that, is for the install you have to remove this single bolt right here, which is either going to be the easiest thing you ever do or the hardest thing you ever do. For the simple fact that this bolt from the factory is either tightened down to 1 foot-pounds if Pee Wee Herman installed it that day, or 500 foot-pounds if He-Man was working that day.
By the power of Grayskull!
For my setup, I was one of the actual ones who had the bolt that was pretty much impossible to remove. I ended up stripping it out, and what we ended up doing, you might notice my fuel door is no longer wrapped. I went by a buddy's shop yesterday while he was doing some other stuff, and he works at a body shop, and they actually had a black Toyota Tacoma that was totaled. So all we did was swap my fuel door for his, took the wrap off mine, and got his, so I've got a black fuel door now. Just because getting this bolt out is a super pain if yours is one of the tight ones. If it's not, obviously you just use a simple Phillips head screwdriver, remove it, and install the cap. I have seen a few guys on Tacoma World share some of the ways they were able to get this bolt off if they had the super tight ones. A few people have had success using vice grips. I tried that, but mine are just too thick, and then we tried that yesterday at the body shop with some skinnier vice grips, but again, that did not work. And I think the problem with that is, at least on this bolt, and which is identical to the one I had on my stock unit before we did the swap, the perimeter of it is pretty round, so it's kind of hard to get vice grips on it to do that, but that did work for some people. If you have a solid impact driver, you could get a Phillips bit in there and try that. I don't have a heavy-duty one. I have one that's mostly used for woodworking, and that did not do it, and it did start to strip out the head of the screw right there. Once you get to that phase where you're starting to strip out the head of the screw, you might have to use like some kind of grinding bit with a Dremel to get in there and sort of widen that out so you could get a heavy-duty flathead screwdriver in there. Maybe with that and a pry bar or something you might be able to get it out that way, but again, with this part right here, which is held on by that bolt, it's really hard to get in there given how tight it is, so you might just have to remove the whole fuel door off to go that route. And then after that, you're pretty much looking at one of these. I bought this at, I think it was Home Depot for like 15-20 bucks. It's a whole set that has different bits that it says it can remove any strip screw in seconds. I never had to use it because we did swap this out, but supposedly the way it works, you just drill in reverse with one head of the bit, flip it, and then again in reverse, drill it back out, and it's supposed to grab the bit. It's supposed to grab the screw and then pull it right out, so that might work for you at that point. If you are one of the ones that does have the stubborn bolt, and you will probably destroy the bolt removing it if you ever get it off, I'll make that a little easier to bear by, I'm going to do a mini giveaway, you know, nothing crazy, but I do have replacement bolts right here. I got these at Home Depot. There's the package if you just want to go out and buy them yourself. They are M6 1 by 12 millimeter panhead Phillips zinc plated, so they should be a little weather resistant, and they do work perfectly. And I will show you one of these in just a second when I do the install so you can see they do work. But again, I'll do a giveaway. I have 6 of these, so just comment below, let me know if you do have one of the stubborn bolts that you destroyed to remove this, and then why you deserve to get this, and I will do that giveaway. So today is Sunday, July 22nd. We will end this giveaway next Sunday, July 29th. So again, 6 of these, comment below why you deserve it, and we'll get those out to you guys. And then to install the gas hole, you just take a regular Phillips head screwdriver, sort of support the door, and it should come right out. If you have one of the loose bolts installed by Pee Wee Herman, you're one of the lucky ones. That will come right out. You can see there's a washer that is part of this clip that actually attaches the gas door. That sort of swings side to side. Just leave it where it is. Maybe clean underneath it. It's a little dirty. I will be reusing this bolt, but I will show you that those other bolts work as well. Next up, the gas hole does slide right in, but you can see here, if you're looking at it from the front like this, the right side does have a little tab right here that you will sort of slide underneath the right side of the opening here in the middle. Obviously the hole right here is where the bolt reattaches. So just slide that in first, get it snugged up, get it nice and level, make sure the opening for the bolt is all lined up, and then just tighten that down. And here's one of those new bolts so you guys can see they work fine. And they're a little shinier. Tighten it down, make sure that's seated firmly while you're doing it because it moves around just a little bit. Alright, so I'm tightening it down just so it's like hand tight and then just like barely a turn, because if I ever want to remove this, I don't want to have to go through that hassle of having a super tight bolt, which again, I have no idea why they are. Some of these are so tight from the factory like that. That's just ridiculous. And there you can see that is the finished product installed with one of the new bolts I talked about. And then you just take the gas cap off whenever you're fueling up, which of course is all the time since we all love our Tacoma gas mileage. You just take the circular part right there, press it in just a little bit. You don't have to press it in all the way, like 1/8 of an inch or so, and it'll hold it, and you can get your fuel door just like that. Gotta love it. And that does it for this video, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to be a gas hole like me, I will put links down in the description below where you can get both the 2nd gen and the 3rd gen versions. If they are sold out, I know Meso JDM, he's always working hard to get new batches out because his stuff, if you don't know already, his stuff sells out pretty much the first day or two once it's released. So if it's sold out when you swing by, just check back every few days and it should be back soon. I'll also put links down below where you can get those bolts and any of the tools you might need if you do have one of these super tight bolts that are a pain to get out. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I do have a few big, meaning dollar-wise, Tacoma mods to get installed on the truck, hopefully either this week or the next week, so I am super excited to share that with you guys. If this is your first time stopping by, please consider subscribing if you love everything related to Tacomas. Give the video a like and comment below on if you plan on being a gas hole like me, and help me grow the channel by sharing it with your friends and family on social media. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next video.